As a southpaw, how do you lead off or start a combination with your left hand? In today's video, I'm going to show you 3 ways you can use your left hand as a southpaw to start a combination against your opponent. So the very first combination I want to walk you through is the left hand, the hook up top, and then the left hand. And the reason that you want to start with the left hand is because you want to vary things. And you want to do things that are different than just start every single combination off of your jab. And simply stated, as you shoot your left hand, you square up, shoot the right hook, and then close the distance with another left hand. And how do you set this up? Simply, you can fake, or you just lead with your left hand, and that's what we're going to work on, is just closing the distance with our left hand. And many ways that you can do it, but the best way to do it is sliding in. I slide in, come to the side, I'm very close to my opponent now, and I shoot my left hand. You want to create the distance by pushing your opponent back with your rear hand. And when you set up this combination, always be aware that your opponent may move back. And if he moves back after the second punch, which in this case is the hook, you want to close that distance with the left hand. And the only way you're going to close that distance with the left hand is by moving your feet into the bag or into your opponent. So simply, what you want to do is, you want to, and you see that I push the bag back by snapping and punching through the bag with my punches. The second combination you can set up with the left hand is a double left hand. And the way that you do this is keep your hand out, and then the first left hand is a very long left hand because you need to close the distance. And as you close the distance, your feet change and you shoot another left hand. So just as you would shooting 2 stiff jabs, pop, pop, you're going to try and shoot 2 very stiff left hands. But the key to this one is that that second left hand has more power behind it than the first left hand. That's where it gets tricky. So in real time, what you want to do is make sure that when you're shooting these combinations, especially leading with your left hand, you're stepping to the outside of your orthodox fighter and your right hand is up the entire time because you don't want to get countered with a hook or a jab. So here, very powerful punches, and you notice that I put everything I can behind that second left hand, and that's the beauty of throwing that double left hand to start off this simple 2-punch combination. Now the third combination is going to be one where you're going to start off up top, you're going to go to the body, and then you're going to come up top once more. But what makes this combination so effective is because you're going to switch from going outside to inside to outside. So the combination in slow motion is you're shooting your left hand. I'm stepping to the outside with my left hand, stepping to the outside with my right foot. And as I land this left hand, I'm going to take my right hand, shoot down to the body, and I'm not shooting a hook like this. I'm not shooting an uppercut. I'm shooting downwards into my opponent, loading this left leg, and then coming back with the left hand. And it's going to be a short left hand that you want to turn into a very powerful left hand by putting everything you can behind it. And the way that you do that is, since you've loaded your leg, and if you've hit your opponent well enough where they come to this side, you want to make sure that you're shifting to the outside now with your left hand and punching downwards with that left hand. You don't want to punch straight right now. You want to punch downwards. Because if you try and punch straight, you will land it most likely, but you want to be as powerful as you can with that third punch by varying the way you land that left hand. And the way that you're going to do that is you're going to shoot the left hand. Alright, load this foot. You're going to step here, load this foot, and now I'm pretty far away from the bag, but my opponent is going to come this way. And as I step in, I load, land here, and I can either throw another hook, or I can pivot out the way. And most likely what I like to do is just pivot out the way, because it's a 3-punch combination that you're moving from outside to inside, then outside with your body and trying to use your orthodox fighter's momentum against it. In real time, what it will look like is I just pivot out the way and moved out the way. One more time. And this time, I threw a hook. Why? Because maybe I felt like it. Maybe I wanted to change things up. And that's the beauty of these combinations, is that they're not set in stone. And sometimes it just feels good to throw a 4th punch after you've landed 3 very effective punches. What are your thoughts on these 3 combinations that you can start with your lead left hand as a Southpaw fighter? Let me know your thoughts down below, and don't forget to subscribe to Pally Boxing. I appreciate your time. Have an amazing day.